G'day gang, it's been a hot minute since I've done a little vloggy update, so let's just do an impromptu look around. I have a project that I'm working on that I'm very excited about. Do you know what? Everything at the moment is a project I'm very excited about, which is so great because you go back 6 months and I wasn't excited about a whole lot. Everything's exciting right now. And the current project, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a life-size statue, which this was carved out of spray foam. It's the first time I used expanding spray foam, and it works so well. And then I just sort of used like filler stuff on top. So it still needs a stand or whatever, but that's coming together really well. But what I wanted to show you, which is really cool, is this. How cool is that? And that's just the beginning, because what I've also done is, for the first time ever, I've used this stuff called alginate, which, God, so much mess, which is kind of like silicon, except it sets much faster. It sets in about 6 minutes. So you shove your hand in this bucket of stuff, and then 6 minutes later, you take your hand out and then you do a plaster cast, and then you end up with a plaster hand. So this is my hand, right? So for this statue, what I've done is I've cast my hands. I have another hand pose, but the fingers broke off because the other pose is like, it's like that. And it's like the fingers were clawing the cast. And anyway, and then I made silicon molds of the hands, and then I did clear resin pours into the silicon with a touch of color mixed in. So now this statue, it's sort of covered by protection at the moment, has my hands as glowing clear resin, glowing because I ran lights through the arms as pipes. So there's lights that go into clear resin. It's freaking cool, and that's just the start. That's like the foundation, and now we get to put all this armor and all this cool stuff on top of it. So that's one project right now. There's like a stand for it over there. It's actually going to be a statue at PAX. Oh, this is a great opportunity. I haven't really properly plugged it. PAX. I am going to be at PAX Oz. You can still get tickets for the Friday, I believe. Or is it the Saturday? I forget. But one of them sold out. I think you can get tickets for the Friday and the Sunday. The Saturday's sold out, and the 3-day passes have sold out. I'm going to be there in a working capacity on Friday, running my game, Gate Crash. And if you can't get at a table with me, because I'll be in the collaboratory area, so if you get in there really quick and early on Friday and book in, you can come in and play the game with me. And if you don't make it into that session, all my tabletop time friends, Jen, Dave, and Murray, are also going to be running Gate Crash games in the free play area. So if you find them, we'll set up a little table with stands so they'll be easy to find. We're hoping to run as many as possible and get feedback from people over the event. It's the first time we've ever done some playtesting of this game. It's in pre-alpha, but it feels really fun. We've been developing it here, and it's starting to, even Dave, who's quite, he's pretty fussy with games, and he was like, oh, I was really sort of feeling like playing it the other day, and that was really nice to hear. So I'm really excited to play it with you guys. So if you have the opportunity, or if you're planning on coming, if you're already going to PAX, come find me, come say hi. I will also be there on the Saturday, but that will mainly be with MJ, my son. We're going to be there just exploring PAX, but I'm also going to be collaborating with the Diablo 4 booth, which is what that project is working for. So that's very exciting. So as you can see, lots of really cool stuff coming up. I don't know where I'm heading to. Maybe I'm heading towards Studio One and just passing through here to show cool stuff on the way. Oh yes, we have the medieval shoot that is all now off to the side. The Sauron Crown video is coming out tomorrow. I forgot to mention too. The LARPing that we did is going to be sponsored by these cloaks, which totally came about just because I bought them for me. Actually, now that the sponsorship's done, I can take mine home. And I'll take MJ's home too, because we needed them for like promo stuff. But I've just been wearing it at home because it's comfy as hell. They're called Nightweave cloaks. So keep your eye out for the LARP video, because I basically bought them, and when I got them, they're so damn comfortable. I reached out and was like, I know the guy who makes them is a TikTok creator. So he actually knew me and what I do. So I said, hey, do you want to sponsor the video? So I gave him a good price, and he's gone for it, and we do a little promo. But now I'm going to take those home and use them because they're cool. Anyway, do I have questions of the day? I think I do. I'm a bit all over the place. Let's go. It's the end of the day. Everyone's sort of wrapping up or wrapped up and going home. Amy's still wrapping up. Hi, Amy, just vlogging. Ignore me. Just working my way to the questions. Do I have questions? No, I don't have questions. Okay. Usually... Oh, wait, I do! I do have questions! Maddie prints them up for me from the previous vlog. So let's finish up with some questions. What do we got? Let's do a catch-up. I think some of these are about writing. Okay. All right, well, Trish says, can you give us sneaky hints as to something you're looking forward to? I think Gatecrash at PAX is something I'm looking forward to. June says, you're a storyteller. I think this is a reference to me saying I was surprised that I love writing. You don't do art for art's sake, but to tell the story of the piece, of the contents of the piece, and more often than not, about the world around the piece. How would a storyteller not like writing? Not a question, but a really fun observation, so that's fun to share. And it's true. It shouldn't be a surprise that I ended up loving writing so much, which I'm still working on, because it's the same way of thinking about as it is content, because content is storytelling. So of course it's like, oh wow, actually I've been storytelling every day for 13 years now. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And on that vein, I'm just going to read them all because I've got them here in front of me. Dreaming Natalie says, when you write, do you have a plan? Because I don't. I have a few ideas about what is going to happen and how I would like the story to be finished, but not always sure where the story will take me. Yeah, I think like I have a loose plan. I picture it like running like role play sessions or D&D style stuff where like I like run off of dot points. Like, and I'll spend quite a bit of time figuring out dot points. What is the rough beats? What is the rough shape? But I don't go granular. So then I started writing just based on those dot points, and then I got 20,000 words in, and I'm like, I'm being more granular than I expected. I need to figure out motivations and characters details a bit more. So I've actually gone back to the start to sort of justify making it bigger now, which I've really enjoyed doing. And then Dreamy Natalie also says, how do you figure out the motivation of characters to make them alive and believable? I mean, I can understand when characters are based on someone from life, but how do you invent side characters? Share your advices, please. Now, I'm not by any stretch an experienced or professional author. However, I've really gotten into it. And as part of this, I've actually recently listened to Stephen King's book on writing, which is really insightful and helpful and cool. But one of the key takeaways is about writing honestly, which is like, it's a similar idea to write what you know, but let's say like I'm writing a space science fantasy, like I don't know about space and space stations, and a lot of it's made up. I don't know about mining and stuff like that, but because it takes place on a mining colony, and then there's aliens, and then the space bears or the Prime Ursa arrive, and all this stuff. But what I do know are the things that I attach to emotionally as characters. I do know the kinds of stories I tell. The Tale Teller was an animation I made, which was primarily about legacy. It was really about like the stories we tell outlasting us, and then sometimes living beyond what we see the outcome as. And then the same thing when I made The Composer many, many years before that, was an animation I made on Newgrounds. That again was a story about a very similar idea. And both of these stories are stories I got very emotionally invested in. That was a story about, again, legacy. It's like you can experience all the wondrous things of life, and it can go big, but then also at the end of the day, you end up moving across, making way. It's someone else's turn, and you've had your time, and it's time to sort of, be a part of that, like letting it go, letting those stories move beyond you. So with this story in particular, I'm writing, I kind of think about Stoicism, because I've gone a lot through this personal journey about and really connected to Stoicism and found it as a really useful tool in my life. And then there are things that have happened in the last few years or that are currently happening that are either really upsetting or that have been really insightful, or, just things that have been emotional sort of pinpoints in my story that I understand, that I feel like I can have pieces of that or the essence of that in my story in a way that I can write knowing I'm being truthful to my experience and observations of those things. And I think that might create a cool connecting sort of story. So it's interesting because the pitch really for me was, got to write a short story about space bears because we reached a stretch goal. But what it's become is a great exercise of like, how rich can I make this? How I want to make the best thing I can possibly make in terms of writing. And, there's that little bit of like, what if I show everyone I'm really good at this? Like, what if I am? Like, let's give that a go, So that's what I'm going for. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my little update and check in. Please leave your questions in the comments down below. Otherwise, there is lots of very exciting stuff coming up. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys at PAX. Bye.